in 1880 something, the Rockwall suspect, which is their local murderer.
That's what I was going to say. Their local sketchy guy, you know? Oh, yeah, that's the Rockwall suspect over there. Any crime, he's our number one, you know? Yeah, they didn't have the word scapegoat then. So they were just like, yeah.
He's the one.
No.
No, yeah. So the Rockwall suspect.
It's their newspaper.
It's their newspaper. This is a bona fide newspaper. I need to lead with that.
Real paper.
This is a real paper. This is not a tabloid. They are.
This is not Infowars.com.
No, they are.
This is not walltruth.net.
If you look at any of their news articles
Real.
throughout the history of the newspaper, everything is totally just normal. It's things going on in town. It's classifieds. It's a normal newspaper.
Right.
But I can't remember the year. I was looking for it this morning. I can't remember the year. Sometime in the mid-'80s, 1880s, they put out an article that a local farmer was digging at the wall, like a lot of people in town generally did, because they were like,
we want to know.
We want to know what it is.
And it's also the 1880s.
The Cinemark is still under
anything else to do, you know? They haven't built our outdoor mall yet.
And so, bro, this is so. What they said is that he was digging the hole, and he found a skull of like a giant human head, like a skull, but like big. And it said it was half a bushel in size, which is
what?
Which is big.
People understood that in the 1880s.
Yeah, they did understand.
They're like, oh, half a bushel.
Half a bushel.
Yeah.
And so like it went to extensive lengths.
How much is a bushel?
Let me pull it up. So a half bushel is 4.5 gallons.
How many tablespoons is that?
So a half bushel comes out to roughly 1,100 tablespoons.
Great. How many airplanes is that? How many 737s is
it's like
a half a bushel? Don't worry about it. Okay.
737s.com.
Yeah, there we go. You set that up, right?
Yeah.
That's a real calculator?
Still works. What object are you measuring?
I am measuring a bushel.
Length and width of feet. I mean, 4 gallons. That's got to be like, what, 1 foot?
4 gallons?
Yeah.
That's 2 foot.
2 feet? Okay. So that comes out to...
If we stacked 4 gallons here...
All right. So according to howmany737s.com, a bushel is equal to about 0.02 Boeing 737s.
Okay. Also, I don't even remember which episode we did that in, but whatever. I'm glad we called it back. So he says he finds a giant skull.
Yeah, a big,
and there was a rock in the forehead. Right? Pretty crazy story, though.
Crazy.
This is Goliath.
It went to pretty big lengths to describe the shape of it. It said it was missing most of its teeth, but it did still have a few teeth on the top jaw.
Yeah.
And it ends the article like
Civil War jaw.
He had Civil War jaw. Civil War hasn't even happened.
It happened by 1880.
Yeah, that's fair. Civil War jaw. He was there. He was in the Civil War. Everyone missed him. The article ends with them saying, whatever his name is, like Farmer Johnson, has opened up his home to anyone in the town who wants to come see the skull. So the next day, an article comes out.
This is, guys.
That a mob shows up and is like, I want to see the skull.
And he's just holding it up like Rafiki and Lion King. Just
everybody in the town is like, ah!
It's a giant's head. And it's half a bushel, which is 0.02 737.
Do you know what a 737 is, Martha?
They're all named Martha. Isn't that what it is? Martha or Marsha? Just close enough. Yep. What are you, a tha or a sha?
Yeah, she's a sha, man.
Oh, man.
I've been talking to this new girl. She's a real sha.
She's a real sha. You got to find you a tha.
You got to hold on to her. Yeah, everybody goes to his house and it's like, let me see the skull. And then everybody...
they just show, I'm here to see the skull. Imagine if someone knocks on your front door and it's just like, I'm here to see the skull. At a certain point, they got to knock and be like, you know why I'm here.
And everybody who saw the skull was so taken aback by the scenario that they immediately were like, well, we got to dig. And so the whole
whole mob is out here digging.
The whole town is at his land just digging. And according to the story in this newspaper article, they dug all day until eventually one of the guys there, he calls everyone over and he's like, I found like a hole in the wall. And he's like, watch this. And he drops his hammer through the hole. And so like he reaches his hand through the hole. It's a hole in the wall, reaches his hand through and drops it. And it sounds like it falls like for a long way. And then what's interesting is the article says it was described as if it hit metal. Like it sounded like it hit metal, which is obviously not natural. And so they were like, rip the wall apart. So they got their pickaxes and started ripping open this wall. And they said they found a cavern that was about 60 feet tall, held up with all these pillars.
What?
The interesting point, though, is that the article does say it wasn't clear whether this cavern was man-made or natural, which is interesting because, like,
what are you talking about?